Blood Oath. The neon lights flickered over the rain-soaked streets of Queens, casting a surreal glow that barely masked the violence brewing beneath the surface. I stood on the corner, the memory of my mentor's laughter echoing in my mind, reminding me of the bond we had forged in a world filled with shadows. Giovanni, they called me, the protégé of a beloved mob leader whose absence now left a void larger than the city itself, threatening to engulf me. The news of his assassination spread like wildfire, igniting a fury in my chest that demanded justice, and I could feel the blood oath tightening around me. As I gathered my thoughts, a plan began to form. I would assemble a crew, hunt down those responsible, and make them pay for what they had done. I reached out to my trusted allies, men who had fought by my side, each with their own scars from the streets that shaped us into who we were. Luca was the first to answer, his charm always masking a shrewd mind that understood the game better than most, but I sensed something off about him. We met at our usual spot, a dimly lit bar tucked away in an alley, where whispers of betrayal lingered like the smoke curling from our cigarettes. "We'll find them," Luca said, a glimmer in his eye that seemed too bright for the darkness surrounding us, but I pushed my doubts aside for now. The crew came together, each member skilled and hungry for revenge, yet I felt a knot of unease tighten in my gut every time I glanced at Luca. We started our hunt, tracing the threads of betrayal that led us through the underbelly of Queens, where loyalty was a currency often squandered. The first lead took us to a rundown warehouse, its exterior marked with the scars of time and neglect, but inside lay the promise of vengeance. As we scoured the place, I felt the weight of my mentor's death pressing on my shoulders, a constant reminder of why we were there. The dim light illuminated faces hardened by survival, yet I could not shake the feeling that one of those faces held a secret darker than the night. Days turned into nights as we followed leads and fought battles, my heart growing heavier with the burden of suspicion and the need for answers. I confided in Marco, a loyal soldier with years of experience, seeking his wisdom as the weight of betrayal loomed ever larger in my mind. "Trust is a luxury we can't afford," he told me, his voice gravelly as he lit a cigarette, and I knew then that my instincts were right. We discovered a connection between the rival gang and a corrupt cop, the revelation igniting a fire in my belly that craved retribution. The chase led us to a glitzy club, where the enemies mingled under flashing lights, their laughter masking the blood on their hands. I felt the pulse of the city around me, each heartbeat a reminder of my vow to my mentor, yet a whisper of doubt nagged at the back of my mind. Luca, ever the charmer, stepped forward, his confident demeanor drawing attention as we formulated a plan to infiltrate the gathering. But as the night wore on, I caught a glimpse of him speaking with a figure cloaked in shadows, an encounter that sent chills down my spine. I brushed it off as paranoia, but the image burned in my mind, feeding a fire of doubt that threatened to consume my trust. We launched our attack, chaos erupting as bullets flew and bodies dropped, each moment steeped in the intoxicating mix of fear and adrenaline. In the fray, I spotted one of the rival gang members, a sneer twisting his lips, and I charged forward, determined to deliver my own justice. The fight raged around me, a cacophony of shouts and gunfire, but all I could focus on was the man in front of me, my mentor's memory fueling my rage. Just as I was about to strike the final blow, a familiar voice pierced the chaos, calling my name with an urgency that made my blood run cold. It was Luca, his face pale, a look of panic etched into his features as he shouted for me to stop, and in that moment, everything froze. The rival gang member slipped away, escaping into the shadows, and I felt a mix of anger and confusion as I turned back to Luca. "Why did you stop me?" I demanded, my voice low and dangerous, the tension thick enough to slice through as the remnants of the battle settled. He hesitated, his charm fading, revealing a flicker of fear that made my heart race with the implications of his next words. "I think I know who set us up," he admitted, the weight of his revelation hanging heavy in the air, and I felt my world shift beneath me. The truth struck like a knife, sharp and unforgiving, as I realized that the betrayal might run deeper than I ever imagined. Luca explained how he had overheard conversations, piecing together clues that pointed to a traitor among us, and I fought to process it all. My mind raced back to the signs I had missed, the subtle hints that had woven themselves into our daily lives, tainting our trust. With Luca by my side, we formulated a plan to confront the traitor, knowing that this final confrontation would change everything. I gathered the crew in a secluded location, the air thick with tension as I revealed my suspicions and the need to root out the disloyal. Faces shifted uncomfortably, glances exchanged like currency, and I could feel the pulse of unease growing stronger in the room. Marco's voice cut through the silence, challenging my accusations, but I could see doubt flickering in his eyes, a crack in our unity. As the atmosphere grew tense, I caught a glimpse of Luca's expression, a mix of determination and apprehension that mirrored my own. We set a trap, inviting the suspect into our midst, a risky move that would either restore our bond or shatter it forever. The night arrived, darkness wrapping around us like a cloak, each member of the crew aware that trust was now a double-edged sword. I watched as our suspected traitor stepped into the dim light, a slow smile spreading across his face, oblivious to the storm brewing around him. Words were exchanged, tension building like a coiled spring, and I felt the weight of my mentor's legacy resting heavily on my shoulders. Luca's presence was a comfort, grounding me as I prepared to confront the darkness that had infiltrated our ranks. "You think you can betray us and walk away?" I challenged, my voice steady but laced with the raw emotion bubbling beneath the surface. The traitor's smile faltered, revealing a flicker of fear as the realization of our intentions sunk in, and I stepped closer, determined to expose the truth. As the confrontation escalated, I could feel the fine line between loyalty and betrayal blur, each word spoken a testament to our fractured bonds. Just when I thought I had the upper hand, a shocking revelation turned everything upside down, shaking the foundations of my understanding. Luca stepped forward, his expression serious, as he revealed that he had been gathering evidence all along, hoping to catch the true mastermind. The air crackled with tension as we realized the traitor was not just one of us but a puppet dancing on the strings of a much darker force. In that moment, alliances shifted, the choice between revenge and loyalty became clearer, a painful decision that would shape our futures. We banded together, united against a common enemy, each of us understanding that betrayal was not just a personal wound but a communal scar. The ensuing battle was fierce, a testament to our resolve as we fought side by side, each punch and bullet representing our defiance. When the dust settled, I stood among my brothers, the weight of loss mingling with the taste of victory, knowing we had triumphed against the odds. Luca and I exchanged a knowing glance, the bond between us solidified in fire, a reminder that loyalty, though tested, could be reborn. I vowed to honor my mentor's legacy, not through vengeance alone but by embracing the lessons learned in the heat of betrayal. As dawn broke over Queens, casting light on the city we fought for, I knew our journey was far from over but we would face it together. The streets would remember our blood oath, a promise forged in darkness, illuminating the path we would walk, forever changed but united.